Assalamu alaikum. Detroit, mine's #1. Let me help explain myself. I know some of the Moors brothers like, what's up with this dude, man? They see me wearing that fez with that moon and the star. That black one, they're like, oh, hold on, what is this? What's going on? And in the Nation of Islam, which I'm still a part of, they're looking like, what he gonna do? What is he? Well, you should know I'm never gonna turn against our Father. Neither one of them. Master Muhammad, nor Elijah Muhammad, nor the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, nor our Father, great prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Now, I'm not turning against none of them. But to get to short, we're not reminiscing or rehashing too much. See, when I went to Savior's Day last year in Chicago, at the highest level of positions that you can play in the Nation of Islam, them brothers came and surrounded me. Surrounded me for the way that I love the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, surrounded me because of the nerve that I had to speak the truth of situations. That my life was threatened. Not threatened because, first of all, I was never scared. You have to understand that I come from the streets of Detroit. It's nothing. I come from the streets of Detroit. Fear. I'm 51 years old, brother. Where I'll be that tomorrow, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, baby. Thank you, Allah. And you gonna thank me one day. And understand, you gonna thank God for me. But no, I come from the streets. You know, if you have a problem, you usually just, you solve that problem in whichever way that needs to be. That's all it is. And in this, it's not a problem because we are striving to be upright people. So where do the fear come in if someone comes and surrounds you? And if you know you standing on the God that they standing on, so no fear, but it was shocking. And in fact, if the Honorable Minister Farrakhan was not behind my brothers, who I love, then it's a serious problem within the house. It's a very serious problem. So no, I'm not afraid at all. But what it did, it put me on notice who the problem's going to be whenever the minister do depart with. My problem will be with them. And that's the part that they need to understand. See, you made a move on me, and I represent God. Not just God, the spook, or the God within, but the same God that backs the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, the same God that y'all protect. You protect the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, and the God that protects him have protected you. You surrounded me. So all it did is broaden my study. I see the truth different now. I see it clear. I understand if the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is to save all his people, when we only had 2 million men march. The first million man march, 2 million men showed up, all men. The second march, it wasn't a march, it was like the 19th annual union. It wasn't a march, as much as the first one. But in them marches, I made clear that if you pay attention, it was to get us right, morally and upright. Because if you're going to talk total freedom, mentally and physically, you're going to have to deal with nationality. So, no, I do not believe that the Honorable Minister Farrakhan is coming back physically. Oh, sure, brother, hypocrite, man. Man, I don't believe that. And if he do come back physically, let me say it to you like this. When Jesus came back, who was the first person to see Jesus? As far as scripture, it was Mary Magdalene. And then a couple more of them guys seen him. And then Jesus went on to do what he had to do, whatever going on over there. I'm paying attention right here. So if he was to come back, he may even show himself to a few people. He may even show himself to a few people, and those people may have the mission of telling you and I that he is still physically alive. That's how it went in the past. So my point is, I'm not a damn hypocrite because I'm not waiting for him to come back to complete what he is mission to complete. We are a part of him. You and I are a part of him. We are a part of God, man. We all have our measure in this thing and bringing complete freedom to a lost people who are lost, blind, deaf, and dumb to the reality of who they are and who they God is. So I'm going to play my part. That's all I'm saying. The minister's still here right now. I met with the minister a few times. He grabbed my hand. He said, son, first one time he said, come on out here, son. Student Minister Ishmael said here in Detroit, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's son said, brother, the Honorable Minister Farrakhan know exactly what he did to you. He know the weight that he put on you, brother. You just stay alive. And he also told me to stay in the mosque. Nah, I stayed alive, but I'm not staying in the mosque. I'm not staying nowhere near, nowhere where people have tried to take my life. Crazy as hell. You fuck around and get me to snap back to Pool 1, the nigga that the minister changed me from, and I'll be all messed up every damn blessing that the God has showed me off of some damn emotional stuff or some paranoia shit. I'm not finna be walking around all that bull crap, man. And then y'all gonna come surround me at Savior's Day in Chicago? I came there for a reason, to make sure I'm not confused in the signs that I'm seeing. Now I just believing and hoping that it's the minister behind you, brothers, because I love you, man. But if the minister not behind you, I don't get my rendezvous physical. I'm not in good standings with you guys. And we are building the government for God. And talking that black, blah, blah, blah shit is not gonna be okay. It's the time of the Norths. The only person get a pass with talking that is the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, because it was the time. It was a 4-stage, 5-stage movement from God to bring Islam to you and I, the lost people, the real children of Israel. And in one of them stages, it was to gather us together, for the good shepherd to gather us together and teach us about ourselves, teach us about our God, man. And it takes for you to study and not take nothing away, or charging these men with anything other than loving us to wake us up, you update, you use that which is relevant to free your people. And talking black power, talking black anything, it's not going to be a good look. If I'm still here, if the ministers depart, or anybody after the minister departs, you can't talk that no more. We've been through that. The belief stage. We in the knowing, brother. I got to do a part 3. But I just wanted to give y'all a little something to understand my mind. Assalamu alaikum.